time. The scene is St. Patty's Day in 2005 at Evie's house, Tom Singer, and they'd set up this suspicious party. My radar was like this because I was vulnerable. And so I got Maggie's phone number and I called her sometime later. And now the scene switches to December of 2005, and I'm in the Deaconess Hospital, and they've done some tests on me. And my lawyer daughter, who lives in Moscow, Idaho, who had the sense not to come to this meeting, had sent my son from Bozeman because I'm in the hospital, and Maggie had taken care of calling them and so on and so forth because I had to have a defibrillator. And the doctor said this brand or that brand, and Eric, who's a computer whiz, went on the web and he did things and came back with product research, and the next day the doctor said she was prepared to put in this brand A defibrillator. And here's the doctor in the room, and here's Maggie, and here's Eric, here's a civilian nurse, and there's some other technician. And the doctor said I could put in a Medtronics or I could put in a Boston Scientific, but I think I'll put in a Medtronics. I didn't have a vote. The government is paying for this. And Eric listened to this, and then the doctor said she was going to put in a Medtronics, and the first thing Eric said was, I do not know where he got his sense of humor. But he said, oh, that's good then. He said the Boston Scientific last recall on a defibrillator was yesterday. And the last recall on the Medtronic, which is what they're putting in to make your heart work, was fully 6 or 8 months ago. So the only one in the room who laughed was Eric and I and Maggie. So I knew that she was a particular cut. Anyhow, the following day the doctor said, okay, we put this in, your tests are good, you can go home tomorrow. Now, my son lives in Bozeman with his wife, has a life, has a family, has ongoing, has a job. He has a real job because he carries a pager. But the doctor says, I'll put this in, and the tests are good, and you can go home tomorrow. However, you cannot go home to an empty house, and you cannot leave town. I'm seeing this look of panic pass over Eric, who's the surrogate for all my children, thinking I might have to move to Billings to 646 Clark, that bandbox house that Dick Spalding talked about, which I always thought were okay. But 3 little words came from Maggie. She said, well, I'll take it. So, 18 months later, I moved out of the basement to first floor.